All right, let's get into today's trade. So I took two trades today, one loser, one winner. So let's break it down. So first, context as always, right? So both indices gapped up crazy overnight, right? ES obviously made a new all-time high, and Q gapped up right into a very big supply level. Okay, and it was also a key level that it failed to hold. So I want to show you this supply level. It was a 3 hour. Okay. See this basing candle right before that big drop? That's where NQ rejected perfectly this morning. So, um, on top of that, all right, it wasn't obviously there wasn't a level that we could have used on ES because this is a new all-time high. But um, I want to show you something I saw pre-market on the footprint. I'm gonna go to a higher time frame just so it's a little clearer. Go to an hourly. Okay, so this was the highs that we made, right? As we came into this, there's a lot of selling here. All of these candles had negative delta. Okay, most of them. So there's a lot of selling that was taking place here in the morning. Now, bump that back down. Okay, so that selling that we saw in the morning, right? And Q rejected that supply zone, like I said. Now, what I was watching here was if we had strength for a trend continuation. Okay, so I talked about my thesis on the hourly chart on the 20 EMA. Okay, now upon yesterday's close, I was saying that the way that NQ held this EMA plus this level that it was struggling to hold all week, it looked very bullish, right? I didn't take no swings or anything, but that looked very bullish. So this morning when we came back to it, I wanted to see if it would hold or not. Okay. Same thing on ES, right? It didn't hold it as clean, but it was at this 770 level that it was also playing around with all week. Held that. So it looked bullish on both indices. But this morning, when we came back to this level, we had a 1 hour demand zone that formed that was also lining up with this level. Okay. So I took a long entry here. These and my confirmations were the volume spike, okay, the EMA, the demand zone, and then if we go to the footprint, look at the negative delta when we came into this zone. Okay, we had the support here for a majority of this morning session from 9:34 to 9:58. So 20 something minutes, we were being supported by this level here. We broke through, and I was thinking that it would look like an area where a lot of people would chase shorts, right? So that's why I took an early long. But now look at this. As we came back up and we tested this prior support, we could not break it. Could not break it. Could not break it. So I ended up getting out when I saw the negative delta in this candle. I scrapped it. My stop loss was below, but I got out early, so it was pretty much a break even trade. Now, when I got shorts over here, that was my second trade because we made a new low, came back and tested the same support. Okay, support turned to resistance, turned to resistance. But on this pop up, I like the selling volume that I saw here. Yeah, there was buying volume too, but the fact that there was this much liquidity exchange shows that there's interest here. So I took my stab short here, and I'm gonna show you where I got out. I got out here, right? Volume spike, and NQ hit his demand zone at the same time. Okay, volume right here, 1055, ES, 1055. Okay, so that's the context behind the trade I took. Now, if you look at what's going on here now, right, they're coming back to this EMA again. And as you can see, it's lining up with VWAP, ES. This is also fighting with VWAP and this EMA. So what happens here, right? Are we going to enter another chop zone up here? I think that's unlikely. I think there's going to be a move out of this area, right? Now, could this have been a long trap? Are we going to visit lower prices? I want to see how we close around this EMA. But I also want to note that on the daily chart, we are still very overextended. Okay, this is still looking very overextended to me. So let's see what happens on this. I want you to show. I want to show you this bounce also. When we came into this demand zone, it was a 4-hour demand zone on ES. You can see it right here. Okay, rally candle. I mean, basing candle, and then we rallied out of there. And now look at the volume when we came in to this area. Okay, and then on NQ, it was a double bottom. Also had volume on that second test. All right. So that would have been a nice long entry. You see, we had that volume pick up as we came into the level. That's nice. That would have been a nice entry. I didn't take this though. And then now we're fighting with VWAP here. So if we were to use the context of what I saw this morning, right? See how there's like resistance. I mean support that turned to resistance here. That's kind of what's happening here again, right? It's kind of what's happening here again. And if we pair that with us rejecting this uh, EMA and also NQ, that does look pretty bearish to me on ES at least. But I'm not interested in taking any more trades here. I wouldn't take that simply because we bounce off of this demand zone, and that could be pretty bullish. So it's mixed signals for me right now, and we'll have more context when the day closes. So that's it for me, guys. I'm gonna call it there. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. And if you're learning anything, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.